All right, so this is our first note video over ratios, rates, and percentages, target 4. We are going to use ratio and rate reasoning to solve real world problems involving unit rates. So let's just dive right in. Number 1, a large 2-topping pizza from Tony's Pizzeria has 8 slices and costs $16. Vivian wants to know the cost per slice. So right away, they tell us um, what they're looking for. She wants to know the cost per slice. So I want you to underline that cost per slice. So when you write it, that means cost is going to go on top. Per is that fraction bar, cost. So think of this as per. Okay, that's our fraction bar. And then slice is on bottom. So cost per slice, that's what it looks like. So what we want to know on number 1, it says the ratio of dollars to slices is what? Oh, and my device needs to restart. We'll do that later. Okay, so dollars to slices. It says that $16 is for 8 slices. So we're going to write that. Dollars to slices, that means 16 has to go first because that's our dollars. It says dollars first. So 16 to 8 slices. $16 for 8 slices. So if we look at the rate they gave us, the given rate, okay, I don't need to restart right now. The given rate, that's just the rate that they tell us, is $16 for 8 slices. Okay? So the given rate is $16 for 8 slices. Let me zoom in here so I can give you an equal sign there. Or not. Golly. 16. So given rate equals $16 for 8 slices. So we want to know what's the cost of 1 slice of pizza. The way that we find that out is we take our given rate, which is 16 over 8, and we just type that in our calculator. So put out your calculator. We're going to do 16 divided by 8. That's 2. That means 1 piece of pizza costs $2. 16 over 8 is the same as 16 divided by 8, which means $2. $2 per slice. That slash means per. All right. So that's what we're doing. I mean, that's how you do all of these pretty much. Number 3, Sam counted his heartbeat while resting. His heart beat 220 times in 4 minutes. Sam's heart beat at the same rate for 4 minutes. So the ratio of beats to minutes, so they tell us it beat 220 times in 4 minutes. So beats to minutes is 220 to 4. And we want to know how many times did it beat in 1 minute. So we want to know beats per minute. So that means beats is on top, minutes is on bottom. So if we write it the way it said is beats per, remember that line means per, beats per minute. And how many times did they tell us it beat? 220 times in 4 minutes. So to find out our unit rate, or how much, I guess I haven't told you what unit rate is yet. We need to find out how much his heartbeat in 1 minute, we have to type in 220 divided by 4. I don't know why I exit out of my calculator. So 220 divided by 4. Okay, that means that his heart beat 55 beats per minute. So that's number 5. It says 220 over 4 beats per minute is equal to 55 beats per minute. What we call this when we our writings, we call the part of the rate that's compared to 1, like here, when 1 is on bottom, we call that the unit rate. So let's put a little star next to it. So if you see the word per, That's your keyword. Per is your keyword. So if you see per minute, that means per 1 minute. Okay? That means 1 minute. Oh my goodness. Per 1 minute. Bear with me here. I gotta move my screen around so I can write. Come on. So per 1 minute. Oh my gosh. I cannot win for losing here. Per 1. Oh. I wonder how much time I waste on these videos trying to get my screen to work. So that says minute, okay? So that's what I mean. If you see the word per mile, or the phrase, I guess, per mile, that means per 1 mile. Oh my. Per what? What? Okay, let's try this. Per 1 mile. Okay. So if I want to know per minute per mile, that means for 1 mile. I want to know how far they're going in 1 mile. I want to know how fast they're going in 1 minute. Okay, that's our unit rate. It's very important. It doesn't go away ever, so keep that in mind. All right, so number 6. Sophie is training for a triathlon. Remember, a triathlon is where it's like a race where you run part of it and you bike part of it and you swim part of it. So you do 3 different events. It's all you just by yourself being crazy. Anyway, so Sophie's training for a triathlon. She swims 40 meters in 50 seconds, moving at a constant speed. Sophie wants to know her rate in meters per second. So if I write that out over here, it should be meters on top. Per is my line. And second is on bottom. So meters per second. So if we look at the ratio of meters to seconds, she goes 40 meters in 50 seconds. So 40 to 50. So if I put in 40, humbug. Come on. Isn't this fun? All right. So if I put in 40 meters over 50 seconds, what is going to be her unit rate? We're just going to rewrite it here because so we got 40 meters over 50 seconds. That's the rate they gave us. That's our given rate. Given rate. Remember, given rate is the rate that they give us. It's not the unit rate, it's the rate that they give us. Sometimes they give us the unit rate, but mostly they do not. So if we simplify 40 over 50, okay, remember simplifying fractions, you want to pull out a number that they both have as a factor. So because both of these end in 0, I know that I can divide by 10 on top and bottom to simplify this. So 40 divided by 10 is 4, and 5 divided by 10 is 5. So 40 over 50 becomes 4 over 5. I'm going to rewrite that down here because I don't know why I did it like that. So 40 over 50 becomes 4 over 5. So the unit rate of meters per second, she goes 4 meters in 5 seconds. 4 meters in 5 seconds. All right, this one's a little more challenging because it's poorly phrased. So number 9. Gia is participating in a jumpathon to raise money for her school. After completing 20 jumps, she raised $50. Gia wants to know how much money she raises per jump. So we want to know. Do you guys hear my dog sigh behind me? She does not like this. So we want to know how much money she raises per jump. So we see money per jump. That means dollars is going to be on top and jumps is going to be on bottom. So the given rate is how many dollars she earned and for how many jumps she did. So she did $50. She got $50 for 20 jumps. $50 for 20 jumps. So what we're looking for is dollars per jump. So which one? These labels, we're looking for dollars per jump. Okay. And remember, dollars is going to be on top. So this is our option. $50 for 20 jumps. So if we simplify that, 50 over 20, put that in our calculator, which again, I have exited out of. Or maybe it's just not on my taskbar. That must be it. Okay, so we do $50 divided by 20. What does that give us? That gives us 2.5, otherwise known as 250. Oh my gosh! It doesn't even matter where I move on the screen. It's like in such a bad spot. Killing me. All right, let's zoom out. So we get 50 divided by 20 is 2.5. Oh my God. I'm going to lose my mind. Okay, I'm writing it all the way over here. So 2.5, otherwise known as 250. Okay, so she raises $2.50 per jump. That's the unit rate. For one jump, 250 per one jump. That's a pretty good rate. I wish I could raise money just by jumping. All right, so this is the end of the first video. I want you to write it right here. End of part 1. Bing bong, there we go. All right, so once you finish this part, go ahead and move on to part 2.